I want to show you this. Where's it at? Okay. No, not that. Get rid of that. Okay. Okay, this is an older one. I think I have one in here for distribution. Yes, excellent. All right. So you saw the system that I have. I can't really show it to you right now. Every folder has this information inside of it. Now, when I get a new case, I can come in here and enter this data. And why does it keep wanting to do that? It says numbers. Okay. Oh, I know why it's doing it. Okay. Okay. I know what's happening. I have quick keys assigned to these. I should not have done that. Let's see if I can remove the quick keys. So every time I hit 2, it goes to a different transition. How cute. I did not think it would do that if I didn't have the monitor live. All right, we'll have to get that cleaned up. Telephone number, you would enter the telephone number in here. I think I can hit higher numbers and not run into a problem. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ethnicity. I happen to know Emmett is white. By the way, this is my cousin. Birth date would have been 9/09 2000 and no 1999. I can't hit the 1 or you'll lose the screen. Okay, this is a triannual, and his current school is New Mountain View. He's in the 6th grade. He's a little old to be in 6th grade. So let's make this more realistic. 6th grade, so he's probably about what, 11 years old or so. So we can say 2020, 2012. No, we can't, because if we do, I'm going to lose the screen. Okay. 07, 2007. Okay. Age is 11. Doesn't really matter. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, I didn't lose the screen that time. Okay. Gender, male. Current program. This is where I put down his current qualifying area. The referral date, since this is a try, there is no referral. He's English only. Okay, notice it's filling this out. Now, notice how these are set up. When you print this, the very first page that goes into the printer should be a page of labels. A blank page of labels, preferably. Get them right here. This is set up for the Avery 5160 model. Okay, there we go. 5160. Most districts buy these. So I put this in the printer first, and what on the bottom here, these become labels that I can peel off. What can I do with these labels? I can put them right on the protocols. I can put them on. There's this big one here. Let me go up here and put his last name in. This big one is, oops, I got to hit enter, is the one that goes on the folder. The folder I'm making up for him. It would go right up here. And then the bottom 3, okay? So I like to use folders that don't have the tab. Okay, it's got a full cut across the top. So Emmett Smith label would go right here. And then I might take this small one, okay, and put it over here to the side. And I can check off when the observation is done, the assessment's done, what have you. I can take and put this one out here when I know the IEP is scheduled, and when the psychoeducational report is written, I'll take that label and put out here. So as the labels progress, I know the student, I know the project is progressing. That's the first page though. The second page is the action log, and this gets stapled to the front of the folder. Now the way I'll do it is when I staple that to the front of the folder, I'm also going to staple that page of labels on the inside. So I just line them up and put a staple in each corner, and then I know exactly where the labels are. I can peel them off real quickly, and I have my action log on the top where I'm putting down the dates that I complete everything, the date that I sent the AP to the parent, the assessment plan, the date we got it back, so on and so forth. When the meeting was held, all this becomes documentation. Any notes that I need to take around the front page. I may want to call and get some input from different people. So here is his name. Phone number doesn't. Okay. Yeah. This is where I can go in and I put in the disability, the IQ scores from the CAS, the VMI, the CTOP, and the way this data is listed here is the way it gets typed into my Excel spreadsheet. So it makes data entry very quick. I don't use this very often, but it was a neat idea. This is just notes for when I'm assessing the child. So all of this prints out after you fill out just this top piece here. Now this is available, you can download it. I'm not sure I put it on the link below, but I'll show you my website here in just a minute where you can go get it. But anyway, we go on. Notes section. Here are the phone call, parent interview, the parent's phone number, the date I called, the name. And by the way, this observation for testing, this is my initial impressions. Then every 5 minutes, I do another little update, and that becomes my behavior observation during the assessments. Here's the student observation form. I may use this in a classroom observation depending on what I'm looking for, but this is a very complete and comprehensive classroom observation form. This is a sentence completion assessment. It's kind of a good icebreaker sometimes, and it can give you some pretty valuable information. You've probably used the sentence completion test before. Standard questionnaire that I want to ask the student: who he lives at home with, when does he do his homework, where is it completed, college plans, are you turning in your work, rate these, 10 being the most difficult, how would you rate these? And then these are just observations I'm looking for. Always look for handiness, whether he's right or left-handed. And I'm using he here because I got Emmett as an example. I'd love to have an IEP agenda in every one of my folders in case an advocate just happens to walk in and the SAI teacher isn't using an agenda that day. I'll just pull this out and make copies. And then this is the Woodcock-Johnson parent checklist. Now, you need to pay for access to the website where you would put in the answers, but it's a great way to get systematic information from the parent. From every parent, every time. It's a few pages long, but it's all check boxes mostly. And when you go onto the website, it'll have question number 1. You put a check wherever the parent put the check, and then it writes a narrative for you that you can copy and paste directly into your report. Let's take a look at Coco's report real quick. Do I still have it open? It was in, yeah, here it is. So the parent input that the Woodcock-Johnson parent checklist generates is this right here. Okay, all of this down to there. Okay, so, and it goes into the background, infancy, childhood. Mr. Hepturn described Coco as unmotivated, argumentative, and stubborn. Coco's mood is typical of others his age. He often fidgets with his hands or feet or squirms. He often has difficulty playing quietly. Coco's social interaction skills are typical for boys his age. Now, Coco is my dog, by the way. Coco seems to have difficulty organizing and sustaining attention during his tasks. He often does not. So anyway, all of this, I didn't write it. The parent filled out the parent checklist for the Woodcock-Johnson. I go on their website, I put in the information, and it generates it for me. So all of this is automatically printed out. I mail that to the parent, I get it back, I can start writing my report. Oh. Okay, we're going to talk more about the report in a minute. But anyway, if you go to, let me just show you here real quick, my website, and I'm not promoting anything. I'm not, well, there are some things for sale on the website, but don't buy any. You don't have to do that to get this free stuff. So it's drjerryturner.com. And what you want to do is put in a slash and then put in SOURA. All right, it's short for So You Are A, and I am the author of So You Are a School Psychologist. Okay, but this lists everything that we talked about today. This is my book. You don't have to buy it to get this stuff. It's all free. But and I should have David Allen's book on here, to be honest with you. By the way, Overcoming Dyslexia, if you're doing dyslexia assessments and you haven't read this book thoroughly, do so. Okay, the assessment folder we were just looking at is here. You can download it. Psychoed templates, okay, T-score, 50 rules for better case management. This must be the CAS presentation from a few years ago. That one, by the way, is down below this presentation today. You will find a more recent handout. David Allen's, there's David Allen's Getting Things Done. Go for it. Steve Robbins has a podcast based on getting things done. It's worth listening to while you're driving. All right. QPDF is a PDF writer that's free. Instead of Acrobat, you will need Acrobat if you want to modify that folder thing I showed you, the folder set up with the labels and everything. You would need Acrobat to modify it. Okay, I like Adobe Acrobat because of that feature. You can just set up one field, fill it in, and it will populate the rest of the document. Using that for every single case, what it does is it ensures I have the right material I need at every meeting and every time I assess a child. So I do have, and I highly encourage you to do it as well, I do have my initial screening assessments that I do with almost every kid. Okay, unless they're African American, I'm going to do a CAS2, a VMI, a CTOP. I'm going to do the TAPS cohesion section. I'm going to send briefs out to the teachers and parents, and I'm going to send out the surveys. I do all of that for every student except the CAS2 if they're African American. And so what happens is I then get all that information back. I score it, I interpret it, and then I follow it with more targeted assessments. I find that to be the most effective approach, rather than trying to base my follow-up evaluations on, say, a prior psychoed. Kids change, and as they grow, they change a lot in school, and it's not uncommon for the diagnosis to be wrong early on, or the qualifying category. I'm sorry, as an LEP I diagnose. As a school psychologist, I use the IDA and qualify kids. So if I use the word diagnosis, don't panic. You're not diagnosing unless you're an LEP. I find, though, just reading the prior reports will give you some good background information and so show some trends, but you really need to do your own sort of survey assessment first and then decide where to dig in. And so that helps me. This PDF folder helps me to do that. Okay,